If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC24, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC24 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Brother, it's been a long time since I went on this account. I had to go on this account because we needed we needed more games for the loan cacas. People love to leave the games, you know, you score 1 or 2 goals and they're out, right? But that's why we got the 2 accounts, my boy. That's why we got 2 accounts. Anyways, today, guys, we have a new evolution to check out. We're going to be taking a look at some of the options that do exist for this evolution. I think it's just one. It's like a new FUTTIES one, like a FUTTIES Duo. As I'm seeing it on flipping right now, it's called FUTTIES Duo. So let's see what playstyle specifically that they give. Because honestly, guys, sometimes, like, people improve certain cards. Enhances players like never before. Oh, so by the way, apparently you can do 2 evolutions at the same time now, which should have been a thing a long time ago, but definitely a W. Definitely a W. Okay, so what do you get? So you get Aerial Plus, and I think that's a Incisive Pass or Pinged Pass. Pinged Pass is like the direct one, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm stupid. Yeah, it's Pinged Pass, because Pinged Pass is like right to them. Okay, cool. I mean, with Butcher Guango, Aerial Plus would be a little bit more wasteful. Especially if he doesn't have, like... Well, Butcher Guango is smaller, so dribbling maybe not too much of an issue on him compared to some other cards. Like Modric, they gave, like... You know, he's very good at dribbling without the certain playstyles. Power Header, Pinged Pass Plus, and Aerial Plus. And then the stat differences. Okay. So, if you get Aerial Plus and Pinged Pass, gonna be honest with you guys, it wouldn't be bad to give something like this to a fullback. I think people should definitely look into that. Fullback would definitely be a really big one because the current meta of the game, and it's funny because I'm actually seeing some fullback selections, thank goodness. The current meta of the game with like the far post crosses, like Aerial Plus is such a huge thing. Like even pro players will always do their best to get Aerial Plus in those fullback positions because that far post cross is just, it's really, really insane. But there's also other cards you can give this to that could technically be really good. Depending on how they're generally formatted, right? So Bisek is one of the cards that is trending at the very top here. I'm not completely against this because even for center backs, I think giving him Aerial Plus is definitely a very big deal. But I'm going to be real with you guys. The card that you should have got during the time period was this card right here. The Team of the Season version was really nice, especially with the upgrades on him. Now, people definitely have some different options at this point in the game for sure, 100%. Because in the center back, like we're at a point where it's just like people getting as close to absolute full meta as possible. But yeah, with Bisek, I mean, at the end of the day, Aerial Plus is still always going to be a W playstyle. I just like that the other card has like Relentless Plus, right? For second man press, because you guys know manual defending is absolutely cooked, right? So when it comes to AI wise, it is very helpful to work with that second man press for all those things. But he still has like some pretty decent regular playstyles, but you know, giving a card like this a Trivela Plus from FUTTIES count down to that, it's kind of wasteful, right? In my opinion. Ezebu might not actually be a bad option, to be honest. I think the stat improvements on the card is definitely a W. I think at this point in the game, especially after the patch, I would probably still wait for another Ezebu card that gives him probably like a press proven plus at this point, because it's, you know, after that major patch. Because during that time period, I believe people were using Mbappe and Ezebu, and then after the patch, it was a little bit changed. But Ezebu this year was significantly better than he was last year, right? But hey, you give him the Pinged Pass, you give him the Aerial, it's still a well-formatted card, right? Because Aerial Plus, for a card like this that you're, you know, most likely going to give, I would say, an Engine or a Hawk to, right? And this is where I'm like, hey, if he gets a Press Proven Plus, and I don't have to touch his dribbling, that would be kind of crazy because his dribbling would be a little bit more responsive because he doesn't even have the regular version, right? But you do give him the jumping, you do give him the heading accuracy. So there will be certain situations where if you cross the ball to him, even though he's 5'9", you could potentially win those situations. And a card like this, technically speaking, if you're playing him in the side positions, you could do that as well. You don't have to be as mindful of the dribbling being on the lower side, because if you're playing, let's say, a 4-3-3 and he's being used as like your right winger or your left winger, I mean, you could technically do that. But even like the false 9 center forward position wouldn't be horrible either, because the pinged pass is always a nice play style to work with in general, right? Mukiele, you know, what I would say about this card is that hopefully you know, he feels significantly better in game because he did have a showdown card that did get a showdown plus, and he didn't feel special, right? This one could be a little bit different, right? Because obviously for the meta of the game, at this point, it is very important to work with lengthy players in the defensive positions, right? That's why I wasn't really too crazy about Ake. But this card is a lengthy on an anchor, increasing pace to be basically perfect, close to perfect. Defensive stats increase, physical stats increase, and Trivela Plus probably like not as relevant for this card because of the other playstyles of Footies Countdown, so be mindful of that. But Pinged Pass, pretty nice to work with in the fullback position in certain situations. The long ball pass, in my opinion, is better for sure. But this card also gets the aerial plus, right? And in the fullback position, especially since, you know, some people might require certain links, it'd be something to look into, right? Especially with the stat improvements that the card has received. Mendy, another pretty good example. This card actually might be... Why did he go down 101k? Is it because of the new Mendy? This guy's really good, by the way, as we have him on the other account. Okay, so you have this card right here that gets the aerial plus. I think Mendy's like one of those only guys that's like not a lengthy, but you don't really care as much. You know, he's still pretty good. Still pretty good. Base stats there. He just has like pretty good animations. Is what it is, right? But this card who originally had... What am I looking at here? Oh, that's an old card. It's this one? Oh my. A card that doesn't even have a playstyle plus. But anyways, aerial plus, fullback position. If you still need like a cheaper option, then sure. Ooh, you know what? Neymar. I mean, you can't really go wrong with a Neymar. This one, I don't know how this one would feel at this point in the game, though. No press proven, no trickster plus. It does make a difference, I will say. In my opinion, it definitely makes a difference. But the playstyles are nice for sure. Let's see what else we have here, man. I want to see like some cards that I feel like could be like kind of saucy. Aerial plus for a midfielder is not bad, especially direct passing. Oh, so this one, let me see this card. Anchor chemistry style. Hey, this... You know what? He's gonna be... He went down 55k. Oh, are they in the footies packs? Is that why they're going down a lot? It's probably because of that. There's a new Ramirez card, and that's the difference between it. So stat-wise, not insanely crazy, but playstyles-wise, so he gets aerial plus, the passing one, which, you know, in the midfield is nice, but he already has it from before. Already has it from before, too. Let's see here. Mendy, Neymar, Lucio, the aerial plus. No intercept on Lucio. So block plus, anticipate plus, pings pass, aerial. Okay. I think like some side attackers would definitely be really cool for this too. Not Footies Countdown. FUTTIES Duo. Okay, so Showdown Winners Boost. You can put that card into the Footies now. Okay. So he gets Pinged Pass and Aerial. You know what? Wouldn't be horrible on this card. João Felix is one of those dudes that has like a weird left stick to him, but like honestly, if you were to use him in the side positions, like this card could cook. Yeah, he could, because technically speaking, you give him a hawk. If you go for far post crosses, he could technically win those opportunities because he has really good jumping at 99 with an aerial plus. And he has a regular power header. Pinged pass as well in the side position would be pretty good. Chip shot, I don't really utilize that much, to be honest. And then technical plus, again, in that mainly side position, wouldn't be a horrible thing either, right? Technical plus working with the aerial plus in the side area is actually quite decent. Ribery a little bit on the shorter end, but Team of the Year icon Ribery can get an aerial plus and a direct, or we say direct passing, but it's pinged pass, right? I mean, this card could be a decent one, to be fair. Could be a decent one. Did he go up in price? Also went down? I think they're part of the Footies packs. That's probably why. Yeah, let me see how he's formatted. Lower jumping, more of a waste for the aerial plus, I would say, for that one. Let's see who else people have chosen on Footbin, because sometimes the cards that are trending at the top are not like the most interesting. This wouldn't be a horrible choice. Yeah, this one would be this one would not be a horrible choice. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, the team of the season card in the left back position still does really well. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. But I mean, for obvious reasons, guys. I mean, you could see the clear indicators, right? Mostly lengthy, anchor, blah blah blah, right? But this card, you know, kind of in a similar boat, right? You give him an anchor, pace increased, defending increased, physical increased, and he's a lengthy on it with an anchor, 4-star, left-footed. The Trivela, honestly, like if you were to use in a certain way, like you're using him as like a left mid or something, then sure, left center mid as a stay back cover center player maybe wouldn't be horrible either. But yeah, it's mostly like an actual left back, I would say, right? Regular play styles, working with some pretty decent stuff as well. But yeah, aerial plus again for that fullback position is pretty helpful, right? Very, very big thing to work with when it does come down to the meta of the game. Let's see what else we have here. FUTTIES Duos. Ooh, what is this? Hold on. We're kind of cooking a little bit here. Okay, so a Yaya Toure who's medium high. Okay, so he's medium high, but he's formatted to be a certain medium high. Technically, you can use him as the attacking center mid, but you just have to be mindful that he's can I give him a hunter on a Oh, I could. Yeah, you could do that. Shadow, I think, might be the most relevant, but I mean, the improvements on this are definitely nice. Press room plus, bruiser plus. Honestly, you know what's really funny about this card? No, I was going to say something, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. Because the pace, I think it has to be an actual CDM. I was able to say, like, fullback position, but the pace would have to be higher at this point in the game. For sure. Oh, Balotelli. Oh. Ooh. We are cooking on this one, bro. This one, we're cooking a little bit more. I like it. Yes. Not Shadow Hunter. Yes. Honestly, both of the playstyles would be kind of sick on him. Yeah. Like the passing one in certain situations, like, because it's always the meta of the game, it's always the ball roll into the driven pass. You know what I'm saying? Ball roll into the driven pass, but giving Balotelli, who is a physical oriented attacker, a 94 jumping, 99 heading accuracy with an aerial plus, that 100% adds to him, and a regular power header too. Yeah, this is a good one. If you still held on to that card, which was a fan favorite over here, the only problem with him was the links. That looks like a sick card. The only problem is going to be the links. So I don't know if these guys get the chemistry links as well. It doesn't say here, but it could. Attribute upgrades and 2 playstyle pluses and yeah, I don't see anything about the plus chemistry, but you're building an Italian team. That looks nice. Okay, back to it. Sorry, just had to upload the cacao real quick. So yeah, Eusebio looking pretty good. Mukiele is a fullback, not too bad. Some of these cards will be a little bit, you know. But Eusebio, yeah, I could definitely see Eusebio being decent, especially with the improvements, right? Definitely well formatted in that regard. Let's see what else we have here that count, like really catches my eye. So Buchagueño is the one that's trending in the game. To be fair, his dribbling stats, they're in a decent area because he's a smaller player, right? So he should feel more responsive in game compared to some of your other cards. I will say Press Room Plus definitely makes a really big difference, but for meta-intensive purposes, he still has a 99 for finishing, right? Small dribbling boosts can be added to the card. Would most people just give him like a Hawk chemistry style and give him the pace, shooting, and the physical boost? Yeah, most likely, to be fair. I think the card would be well formatted in that regard, right? He has 4 different playstyle pluses, all in which would be kind of helpful for him. Now, obviously, he is a smaller player, so I think for meta-intensive purposes, I'd probably use them, like, if I'm playing like a 4-2-3-1, like, side position type player, right? Because it's, again, Aerial Plus is not just about scoring a header. It's about the pass backs, right? Because how many times do you have the ball with your fullbacks or your defenders and you need to pass to the side positions and you need Aerial Plus to be able to win the ball in the air to pass it to somebody else? It makes a big difference, right? So with Buchagueño, he's trending in the game, and honestly, not a bad choice, in my opinion. Actually, not that bad. Roberto Carlos, I'd probably avoid doing this one. I think the new card is actually kind of crazy. This one right here. Apparently he's actually really nice, but I never really tried him on myself. Roberto Carlos, for a good majority of this year, wasn't like the craziest card in my opinion. But with the new version, it could be really nice. Zambrotta could be an interesting one. I think this is a card that could be worth looking into as well, because with this card, he'll be the more physical type defender, right? But all the playstyle pluses are massive W's for this card, right? So aerial plus, working with, you know, a little bit higher jumping, you know, it's at a 93 still, but aerial plus still very helpful because you just hold the clearance button basically. Very good. Relentless plus on the second man press, also really good. Anticipate plus, really good. And then, you know, the passing one could definitely be a helpful thing in certain situations too. And look, he even has a regular press proven to compensate a little bit for the fact his agility and balance is on the lower side, right? So physical type defender that would be able to move a little bit more. We also have a card like Company. I mean, honestly, doesn't look that bad. Technically speaking, on a shadow, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a little bit. It's a little bit, just because like you kind of got to give him an anchor to boost the jumping a little bit more. Because in the 80s, I'm already kind of uncomfortable in the 80s, even with aerial plus, right? I think a little bit of that being a little bit higher would be really cool. Let's see what this one is. Radioactive Messi. I think Radioactive Messi is part of the promo too. Yes. Okay, so they are putting these cards into the packs now. We reviewed this card. This was a really long time ago. But I mean, listen, if you end up packing the cards and you don't think you're ever going to get the higher rated versions, then an option to work with, right? Socrates, that was the SBC card, wasn't it? Yeah, SBC card. So physical type attacker that would receive an aerial plus, but doesn't have jumping. That's a little bit of a letdown. Yeah. The passing is cool, but a little bit of a letdown in that area. Maldini gets one. Zico from what? Oh, that's Zico. Zico gets one too. I mean, honestly, with these cards, attacking center mids, again, wouldn't be a horrible choice. Cole Palmer gets one with finesse shot plus. Van Dijk, Chouameni. This is from the SBC. Oh. Honestly, this would not be a horrible selection. I think the pinged pass for CDMs or midfielders, really big deal. Aerial plus, also a really big deal because you can switch him to center back if you held on to this card. Because this card, dude, I was literally just using, like, I'm actually not kidding. I was just using him because this is the old SBC account because of the Kaká review, and honestly, Chouameni was still doing work. So an upgraded Chouameni card at a 94 rating with an aerial plus, I mean, you cannot go wrong with that. Because what's interesting about him is that, technically speaking, you can play him as a fullback too, right? You could technically do that if you really wanted to. But yeah, you know, center back position, CDM position, the main focus of this card is to defend, and I feel like he would do a pretty solid job on the shadow chemistry style. This is a good choice. This one's a good choice. That actually looks really nice for the meta. For people who held on to the card, of course, right? Oh, Correa can get improved as well. Correa is one of the few cards that, when it comes to left stick dribbling, he left sticks dribble pretty well, even without the without press proven. But this one has press proven plus, which would probably make it more insane, to be honest. But the only lackluster thing is 4-star. But honestly, if you move past that, probably could be really good in game because he has some pretty decent play styles. Rashford aerial plus. This is the SBC Haji, isn't it? Yeah, SBC Haji as well. So he gets one that gives him aerial plus. I mean, that's not too bad. 93 for jumping with it too. That's not horrible. Especially since he's 5-star on a hunter chemistry style. Aerial plus, especially if you use him in the left-sided areas, because he has 99 stamina, so you don't have to be so mindful of the dribbling feeling a certain way. It's all about just like cutting inside, doing that one little move, and then like finessing it, right? Because he has the play styles. Like, that doesn't look too bad either. Because if you cross the ball to the far post, sure, he is a smaller player, but it's possible for him to win the ball in the air with the aerial plus being added to it, right? So kind of adds to the card. DDA Drugba gets aerial plus. Well, aerial plus for this one, but you know, it's kind of a waste, you know, kind of a waste. Cantona. Cantona's a physical type attacker. Yeah, you could technically do this too if you did the SBC card during that time period. Physical type attacker that gets 94 for jumping. You either go in the direction of giving him an engine, or you give him a hawk and just use him as a physical attacker, right? Because the jumping is higher. He has aerial plus. Honestly, this card has potential. He could be pretty decent in game, especially with a controlled lengthy part so that he actually runs. Could be a decent card, eh? 5-star, 4-star on him too. Lom, for usability wise, the improvements you can't go wrong with either, because aerial plus very helpful for a very small player like himself. Zola was a fan favorite here for the team of the year icon. I thought that card was really nice, but a little bit of a waste on this evolution. Let's see what else kind of like really pops up for me. Vidic, Olise from the Euro cards. Here's the thing, right? This card, if you look at the evolutions, it is... What? Is the rating lower? Oh, I guess so. Evolutions. Oh, it's whatever's available. That's what it is. No longer available. I did the review and I totally forgot what that card was. Like, he had a press prove it, did he not? I swear he did. And they did that to the attackers. So that alone makes me like not look at the cards as much. Lukaku? Yeah, usability wise, it does increase it. It does increase it, in all fairness. Oh, this one has press proven plus. Forget about it. I'm just kidding. But like, no, I'm saying that like forget about it, but like aerial plus for a physical attacker, that's a pretty big deal. So I that card could definitely do work. So if you're gonna get Saka, I'm sorry, I know he's expensive, but like that new car is disgusting. Is that the SBC card? Oh my goodness, look at this, dude. Who remembers that SBC card? SBC card that keeps him still at a 4-star, 4-star. Little bit cooked, a little bit. Aerial plus for Toure would be helpful because he's massive. Look at how big this guy is, 6'9". Oh my goodness gracious. My goodness gracious. On a shadow chemistry style, he's massive. This guy's huge, bro. I faced him once, but I don't remember what he was like, if I'm being honest with you. Not too bad. Not too bad with Llorente. Bronze DeMarcos. Bobby Charlton gets one. Garnacho Dalglish. Florenzi's not too bad, actually. Yeah, this is actually a pretty good one too, because if you use him in the fullback position, the thing that's lackluster is the fact that he's not lengthy, which it definitely makes a big difference nowadays, especially since everyone's an R-trigger merchants nowadays. They just love to counterattack and park the bus. But 99 base jumping with aerial plus helps him out a lot, to be fair. Definitely helps him out a lot. Unda, physical type attacker, yeah. Oh, from those ones. I thought it would be from this one. So press proven plus with aerial plus. I mean, people always talk about this card. Well, mostly because of the other card, because maybe he's like decent in game, but this one's 3-star, 5-star. It's a little bit cooked. A little bit cooked. Is that the SBC card? Oh, dude. Dude. I'll tell you guys this right now. I loved this card during that time period. So Hawk chemistry style definitely adds a lot to this card, in my honest opinion. Because I think at this point, I'd maybe like use them in the side positions. But again, with these evolutions, they don't give a 5-star anything. Ooh, Benzema? Hey, you can't go wrong with the Benzema, hey? You can't go wrong with the Benzema. But again, it keeps them at a 4-star, 4-star. So you have to be mindful of that too, right? They don't give the the real improvements in that specific area. But yeah, what I will say about this, what is this? I mean, not terrible on an engine. Engine, or why do you format cards like this, EA? So weird. But yeah, I mean, at this point in the game, you gotta try your best to avoid the 4-star, 4-star if it's in the main attacking positions. Try to see if you can get physical type attackers, potentially like this, right? honestly, I kind of like some of the top choices that I was seeing. Like Eusebio looks nice. Mukiele could be worth trying out if they do add some special variable to him. Ramirez, honestly, not a bad selection there either. There was a few other cards that I saw on this were definitely really nice. Some older cards that we definitely mentioned as well, right? Like Zambrotta, again, these would be cards that would definitely add to the cards quite a bit as well. So yeah, there's a few options here. Just be very mindful of the selections that you go with and kind of hope that they don't get specific playstyles in the future. Like with Eusebio, I don't know what type of evolutions they'll be releasing with footies. If they drop a press proven plus, it would be really saucy for this card for sure. I think it would definitely add a lot to him. But yeah, Buchiguengo could be more responsive in game, which would definitely add to him as well. Chouameni, if you held on to that SBC, honestly, you can't really go wrong with this one either because he has good base playstyles. And honestly, both of those playstyle pluses really add to this card. Honestly, if it was for this account right here, and I don't have, you know, this newer version who doesn't even have Intercept Plus, like, you can't go wrong with him, man, especially if you didn't add him into an SBC, right? So he looks really good. So look into players like this that will have a good physical presence and good jumping stats to work with aerial plus, whether that's the fullback, CDM position, attacker position, and obviously whichever areas where you're going to utilize the pinged pass. For instance, if you see yourself going into situations where you ball roll into a driven and stuff, that play style is really crazy to work with too. Okay, so just be very mindful of that when it comes down to looking into this evolution. But as of right now, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I will catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.